Good morning, Coleman. Thank you for joining us on Cullman Today. I'm your host, Christine Wiggins, and today is Friday, March 28th. Coming up on Cullman Today, a temporary bookstore closure, super strawberries, and an Easter market. All of this plus sports, weather, and more. Now let's take a closer look at the top stories happening in Cullman today. Coleman's Books A Million location announced it is closing this week, but don't worry, readers, it's only for renovations and only for about a month. The popular bookstore has been serving Coleman for 37 years and says the community deserves a refresh. Until its reopening in mid-April, customers are reminded of the Decatur location and are invited to shop online. Like many of us, the North Alabama Agriplex is anticipating the Alabama Strawberry Festival at the end of the month. The Agriplex is offering super strawberries through their Farm Kids Club to learn what makes strawberries so special. Sign up today for the Super Strawberries program happening April 12th from 9 to 12:30 at the Agriplex. Registration is open at www.agriplex.org, and the cost is $15 per child or $30 per family. More than 1,000 shoppers turned out for the Small Business Easter Market on Saturday, March 22nd at the Cullman County Agricultural Trade Center. Small Business Market founder Shayla Waldner said the first 60 shoppers in line received free gifts, and overall the market went really well. Kids loved the petting zoo, egg hunt, and the Easter bunny, according to Waldner. There were a total of 87 vendors that included the food trucks and kids' activities altogether. Waldner said her vendors were happy and pleased with the overall success of the day and are interested in returning for the Christmas market at the end of the year. And those are the top stories in Cullman today. Coming up, the Bearcats win over Spain Park. Sports is next. Welcome back. In today's sports segment, let's take a look at one of Wednesday night's local baseball matchups. The Cullman Bearcats are spending their spring break at this year's Hoover Tournament in Birmingham, and they kicked things off with a win over Spain Park Wednesday night. The Cats led 6-0 at one point and fended off a late push from the Jaguars to collect a 6-3 win. After a pair of scoreless innings, Cullman was able to put some runs on the board in the bottom of the third. Case Edwards drove a leadoff single up the middle, and Brooks Heatherly was hit by the next pitch to give the Bearcats a pair of runners. Bennett Johnson lined a single to right field to load the bases, and Tyler Brock knocked a bases-clearing double into center field to put Cullman in front 3-0 going into the fourth. The Cats added to their lead in the fifth. An RBI single from Cooper Lofton drove in Brock to make it a 4-0 game, and later in the inning, Andrew Awe lifted an RBI double into left field to score Lofton and make it 5-0 going into the sixth. Carson Stansel sent an RBI double into right field to plate Caleb Heiss and stretched the lead to 6-0 with one inning remaining. Spain Park finally found some offense in the top of the seventh, pushing 3 runs across the plate to cut into the deficit, but it wasn't enough to overcome Cullman's lead, and the Cats collected a 6-3 win over the Jaguars. Brock finished the game with 3 hits and 3 RBIs. Lofton and Johnson each added a pair of hits as well. Fisher Dalkey went 6 and a third innings on the mound, allowing 3 runs on just 3 hits and striking out 8 batters. And that wraps up sports for today. After the break, we'll bring you 4 stories in under 4 minutes, including a wild game cook-off and a Women in Ag workshop. Welcome back. Now it's time to speed things up with a news rundown. 4 stories in under 4 minutes. The 41st Annual Bloomin' Festival welcomes first-time exhibitors Tim and Dorothy Glover of Iron City, Tennessee. Inspired by a trip to Gatlinburg, Dorothy Glover's love for a unique rock candle sparked an unexpected passion that turned into a business, Papa T's Candles. Together, the Glovers create one-of-a-kind pieces using agate and amethyst sourced from Arizona, New Mexico, Kentucky, and even Brazil. Each candle begins as a carefully selected slab of rock. Tim Glover expertly drills and seals a reservoir at the bottom, fitting it with a permanent fiberglass wick designed for lifelong use. Customers receive a sample bottle of oil with each purchase and can easily refill their candles using a lamp oil. Beyond candles, the Glovers make the most of every rock. Tim Glover transforms leftover end pieces into wire tree sculptures, an art form that not only repurposes materials but also helps alleviate the pain of his neuropathy. The Bloomin' Festival is April 5th through 6th at St. Bernard Prep School. Be sure to look for the Glover's booth. The Alabama Wildlife Federation is hosting a wild game cook-off Thursday, April 3rd at 6 o'clock. The event will include a silent auction and live music at the Fest Hall Farmers Market. There are still spots available for cook-off teams, tasters, and sponsors. If you're interested in any of those roles, contact Alabama Wildlife Federation headquarters at 334-285-4550 or email heather@alabamawildlife.org. Tickets are $50 for up to 2 adults, which includes food and a 1-year Alabama Wildlife Federation membership. Sportsman Lake Park will host its annual Easter egg hunt on Saturday, April 19th, beginning at 9 a.m. The event is free to attend and open to children of all ages. The hunt will be divided into age groups, with designated sections of the park set up for each group to allow for a fair chance at the egg hunt. Participants are asked to bring their own Easter baskets to collect the eggs. Female farmers of any experience level are invited to attend the upcoming Women in Ag Workshop, a 2-day hands-on educational event at the Blount County Multipurpose Complex in Cleveland, Alabama. Hosted by the Alabama Cooperative Extension System, the workshop aims to build knowledge and confidence in core farming skills, with a particular focus on helping women gain hands-on experience in an encouraging and supporting environment. Open to anyone 19 and older, the workshop is designed by women for women and provides practical training across a wide variety of agricultural topics. The workshop will cover both livestock and horticulture production. Instructors will include Alabama Extension professionals along with experienced local female farmers who will lead and assist with the hands-on portions. Guest speakers with expertise in farm marketing and estate planning will also provide presentations during the event. The workshop runs from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Friday, April 25th, and from 8 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. on Saturday, April 26th. Registration is $125, covering all meals, materials, and supplies. The registration deadline is Friday, April 18th at 4 p.m., and space is limited. To register, visit www.aces.edu/go/4884. And that's your 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Now for a quick break before we look at the weather ahead and pay our respects with obituaries. I'll be right back after this quick message.
Cullman's in full bloom in the newest edition of Community Matters from the Cullman Tribune. Discover fresh dining spots, celebrate community connections, and meet local heroes making a real difference. From stunning sights to courtside lights, there's something for everyone to enjoy. Pick up your free copy around town or read it online today. Community Matters. Get to know your community.
Let's take a moment to pause and remember those who have lost their lives this week as we turn to obituaries. Ronald Lee James, 77 of Baileyton, passed away March 25th. Funeral service will be at 2 p.m. Monday, March 31st at Cullman Funeral Home Chapel. The family will receive friends at the funeral home from 12 to 2 p.m. Joan McClellan Cleghorn, 78 of Addison, passed away March 26th. Funeral service will be at 2 p.m. Saturday, March 29th at Addison Baptist Church, with interment in Kemp Cemetery. Visitation will be from 12 to 2 p.m. at Addison Baptist Church prior to the funeral. Johnny Van Scott, age 76 of Logan, passed away on Tuesday, March 25th. Funeral service will be at 11 a.m. today at Cullman Heritage Funeral Home, burial at Center Grove Cemetery. Thelene Dean White, 88 of Hanceville, passed away March 26th. A graveside service will be at 12:30 p.m. today at Hopewell Cemetery. Visitation will be prior to the service from 10 a.m. until 12 p.m. at Hanceville Funeral Home. Deborah Gale Waldrop, age 77 of Vinemont, passed away on March 23rd. A celebration of life service will be held at noon today at the Moss Funeral Home Chapel. The family will receive friends at the funeral home from 10 a.m. until the service begins. Luther Marlin Hyde Sr., 76 of Cullman, passed away on March 26th. No services are scheduled at this time. Robbie Lynn Cordis, age 69 of Hanceville, passed away on Wednesday, March 26th. Funeral services will be on Monday, March 31st at 2 p.m. at Temple Baptist Church. Ms. Cordis will lie in state for 1 hour prior to the service. Interment will follow services in Good Hope Cemetery. Visitation will be on Monday, March 31st at Moss Funeral Home from 10 a.m. until 12:30 p.m. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their friends and families. Now, let's take a moment to look ahead at your weekend weather forecast. Your weekend starts with partly sunny skies and a breeze today with a high near 79. Tonight will be mostly cloudy and breezy with a low around 61. Saturday and Sunday will see mostly cloudy skies and a chance of showers with highs in the upper 70s and lows in the 60s. And Sunday night, we could see some thunderstorms. And that wraps up today's edition of Cullman Today. Thank you for sharing your morning with us. And remember to stay connected by following us on social media and visiting CullmanTribune.com for the latest from our community. We'll see you bright and early Monday morning at 6:30 a.m. I'm Christine Wiggins with Cullman Today. Have a wonderful weekend, Cullman.